2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. What's that?
We're recording.
Are you serious? Oh, Peter. Good morning, all my happy stitchers. This is hopefully the final installation of what we brought back from market. And we brought back a lot. And this designer that we're going to talk about today, they earned their own segment because we love them. And I brought back a lot of patterns from them. But first, I wanted to show you, this is something that Yarn Tree has done about every market that I know, that at least I've been to in the last 4 years. But this is the first year we've had requests for it, and I ordered it. And what it is the Happiness is Homemade cookbook. Within the pages of this cookbook, oh gosh, I should have counted, are recipes from the designers, recipes from fellow shops that have sent in their recipes. Every year I have tried to think when they said, hey, you got a recipe, send it in. And I've always tried to think, what would I send in? What haven't I seen in there? So I haven't done it. But Peter just encouraged me that maybe next year. I have about 6 months I can start looking for a recipe, so I should get started on that. But the really cool thing in here, and I can't show you, so it'll be a surprise when you open it. The designers have included a small chart. It's probably not one you can buy. It is just a small chart in here next to their recipe. And these are not big gourmet recipes. I mean, I've gone through a lot of cookbooks that have recipes that have ingredients that I have no idea what they are. So guess where they get to go? They go to Goodwill. So I've started collecting cookbooks that are the down-home, church cookbooks, just ones that I know my family would enjoy and that I would enjoy cooking and not be running to specialty markets to buy a spice that I need. So I'm going to have to open this up to show you. This is what the inside looks like. You'll notice there's some pictures from a memory that's connected to the recipe itself. And I think this one is from a shop. So I think that's kind of cool. It gives you a little bit of the history behind it. But Peter, can you show him this down here at the bottom? That's why I was singing. 2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onion on a sesame seed bun. Peter, where's that from?
I don't know. I haven't heard it before.
Oh, my goodness. It is the Big Mac song from McDonald's.
Man.
That is all of the ingredients in a Big Mac. And so this recipe is called Big Tater Tot Casserole. Big Mac Tater Tot Big Mac Tater Tot Casserole. And it has all the ingredients of what is on a Big Mac. So if you don't want the, 5,000 calories that a Big Mac, I mean, it doesn't tell me the calories on here. But you could lighten it up. I mean, you could use on the dressing a low fat. You could use, I think that's the only thing I might. But, oh my goodness.
I need all the fat I can get.
It looks so good. I think I might need to cook that this weekend. But I think I ordered 12 of these, and they just came in this morning. So, and hopefully we'll be able to get some more of these. But I was really excited flipping through it. Unfortunately, I flipped through it when I was hungry. So everything looked amazing. I mean, even the German chocolate cake that I don't care for German chocolate cake, it looked good. So that I wanted to show everybody. So I know there were some people that asked about it, and we've got it.
I'm glad they asked about it. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if there would be any interest in it. So once somebody said something, I'm like, okay, there's an interest here.
Right.
All right, so now we're going to jump into, she's one of my favorite designers, and it's because their patterns are cute, they're easy, they're quick, but you can do a lot with them to embellish them and to pair them with different other patterns that they do. So if you haven't figured out who I'm talking about yet, it's Primrose Cottage. And these gals, they are a group of really fun gals. Their booth was a lot of fun to go into. And when I looked through what they had, it's like, well, yeah, I just got to have them all. And they were really great because they're helping Sandy out to get information on the website. They handed us a catalog of everything that is here on the table that had the floss information, the fabric information, all the stuff Sandy needs to get that out on the website. So if you went looking for it, you would see exactly. And you could look, oh, do I have those floss? Do I have that fabric? If not, you could just order it all together. So I really appreciate that they did that, and I know Sandy is extremely grateful. So I'll quit talking about that and get busy. So we've got Easter coming up. You'll see a lot of bunnies. We've seen several bunnies. But I'm going to try to pair some things together that would go together. So the first one is called Carrot Farm. Who doesn't love a good truck in their picture? This is not a red truck. It's an aqua truck, but that's okay. It's still a truck. It's got a bunny driving. It's got chicks on the back with a rabbit with carrots and a wagon behind. So this is DMC floss. It looks like there's one gentle art floss called Bubblegum. So I bet that's pink. And there's a Weeks Dye Work Island Breeze, which is the truck. And I love the layered finish that they did with the rickrack in there. And this is just a fun chart. This was stitched on 14 count touch of gray. And stitch count is 145 by 77. You can do it, I mean, they give you the finish sizes up to 36 count. So you can do it on whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to do it on the Ada. But what also we brought back that would pair very well with this, sounds like I'm talking about wine. This is Lindsay's stamp series. This one's called Hippity Hop. And the stitch count is 43 by 43, all DMC flosses. This was stitched on 25 count white. And its companion is On the Hunt. So we've got the chick on the egg and the bees flying and the eggs are hiding, kind of. But paired with this, with Carrot Farm, I think those would all look good together. That would make a very nice arrangement or a vignette. Oh, and here's another one. This would work real well. This is called Welcome Spring. Everything is DMC floss. I don't see here on the back the stitch count, but you've got Welcome Spring with your tulips and butterflies and chicks. So you could add that one into the mix. And was there one more? Yeah, here's another spring one. It's a bigger one. This is a seasonal samplings. Stitch count is 118 by 71. She stitched this on 36 count flax linen. And again, I mean, if you didn't like Carrot Farm, you could put this one in with Hippity Hop and On the Hunt, or you could put them all together. So I think those would be fun. I think this is a series of samplings that they're doing. Look at that cute picket fence. So this is the picket fence is available from More, M-O-O-R-E, Men Made. They've got an Etsy shop. So I'm going to turn it around and show you the winter one. And that is put on a really cool white board that's got the snowflakes engraved on the bottom.
Look at that fabric button. That's neat.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, she did a fabric button on spring also. So, oh, guess what, Peter? I've got the winter one over there. So we'll show you the winter one rather
Nice.
large in a minute. Summer's coming, 4th of July is coming, and so here is Patriotic Picnic, which we have a darker blue truck with fireworks and flags, and we got a cute little dog there next to the truck. And this stitch count is 145 by 77. This is stitched on 14 count tea-dyed Aida. Now I'm not sure whether she tea-dyed the Aida, which you can do, or if it's an actual Aida color. It could be either one. But I thought this would be fun for the 4th of July. Actually, the whole month of July. Weeks Dye Works and DMC Floss. And then, because St. Patrick's Day is coming up, we have St. Patrick's Day. And the stitch count is 90 by 91. And I think this is called the subway signs, subway writing. This is stitched on 28 count white, all DMC flosses. I'm going to flip it around because if you don't want just the one large piece, if you don't have room for that, on the back she took out
that's
certain parts of the subway
that's awesome.
writing that, you know, the pot of gold, the luck of the Irish, and did small pillows. She did smalls with them. So pretty much any type of a sampler or the subway things, you can bring those pieces out and even, you know, maybe you have the big piece in one part of your house, but then you have the pillows in another part. So that's all an easy stitch. That's the beauty of Primrose. It's great for people just wanting to get back into cross stitch. It's also great for beginners. She has obviously the small patterns into the bigger patterns, so we really like them. We're on with the big ones. So here is winter of the seasonal samplings. Stitch count on this one is 120 by 70. It's done on a 28 count light ash gray. All DMC flosses. And again, you can pull components of this one out to do small pillows. So if there's elements in a sampler that you like, but you really don't want to do the whole sampler, you can pull parts out of it and stitch those up in smaller chunks. So I guess I need to get busy stitching. No more sewing, all stitching. No, that's not good. But again, I really, really like the paddle, and that's also available from the Mormon. I say more men. There we go. More men made. And if you have a place that you have found great finishing boards and things like that, put it in the comments because we can share those with everybody, because you kind of get tired of just one place, or maybe you don't find exactly what you want there. So to have more sources for finishing boards, and you know, you look on their websites and you can come up with tons of finishing ideas. Think outside the box. The boxes are good, but think outside of them. Okay, we're on to my favorite holiday. I bet you can't guess what that is.
Summer.
Well, there's things I like in every holiday, but this is my most favorite one. We start
Snow
off
season.
with Welcome to the North Pole. To speak of snow. This is so much fun. There is so much to see in here. You know what? I believe, now that I think about it and I see the frame,
Let's make a good stitch along.
Jim Moore is either one of the husbands of the designers or the dad, and he does the woodwork.
That woodwork frame's beautiful.
I think I'm right. I think I heard that right.
Looks
But if
like
not,
walnut.
I apologize. But look at that bow.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? And they had this sample in their booth, and it
Going
was
up to the bow.
just
There's the bow.
beautiful.
That looks like walnut.
It could be. But stitch count on this is 100 by 257. This is done on 28 count light taupe. Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, DMC, but they also have the DMC conversions. And I mean, there's so much to see. And again, this is one of those things that you can pull out just one row and stitch that up separate from this.
The train has peppermint wheels.
Yes, it does. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm looking at just a itty bitty picture of part of it in the back, and oh boy, there's a lot. Get started on this now, and you'll have it done for Christmas. So I loved this one. And then Hot Cocoa and Christmas Cheer. How fun is this? This was stitched on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha. Vintage Country Mocha is, I think, a designer's choice fabric. It's a great neutral. It is a printed a fabric, but if you don't want the variegations in it, you can flip it over and it's got just the solid in the back. There's only 3 flosses used in this. 2 of them are DMC and 1 is Weeks Dye Work. And then I have to show you my other favorite that goes perfectly with this. It's called Perfect Hot Cocoa. Everybody has an elf in their hot cocoa, right? I didn't know I did, but I guess so. This was done on 25 count black. DMC, Weeks Dye Works, and Classic Colorworks. But the reason I say it's so cute, I'm going to flip this around. Look at this little vignette that they set up.
Oh, that's
Great for a hot chocolate bar. You can sit, stitch, and sip. So you know this is going home with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem with Market. I see all this stuff and then it goes home with me. If you're looking for a small stitch, here's Deck the Halls. Another good one. There's another fabric covered button on their finish. Stitch count is 76 by 66. This was done on 14 count white Ada, all DMC colors. Again, you could pull out like the wreath or the house or just whatever's in those squares and you could make a small ornament out of it. You could just do small pillows. You could arrange them on a sweatshirt.
Gift tags on presents.
Gift tags on presents. Make sure they're stitch-worthy, people. Otherwise, it'll end up in the trash. You know, make it to where if you're doing the tag, that it can be hung on their tree. So it's an ornament plus a tag.
I like the way you think, Nancy.
Yeah. So that was a good, fun Christmas one. And then here is another one of the, I don't think this is a stamp series. This is their 2023 Snowman. This is stitched on 28 count light taupe, all DMC floss. The paddle is designed by Jim Moore. There's a button on there from Just Another Button Company. So, lots of fun in that.
I like these patterns. They give you good ribbon ideas.
Oh yeah, I mean if you, and I think the girls do their own finishing, but yeah, they do their own finishing. I was reading the back here. So they've got some great ideas. I like them. So I guess we're going to work backwards on the seasons. This one is Pumpkin Kisses. It's another one of their Kisses series. Harvest Wishes and Pumpkin Kisses. And I think the other ones, they may have finished them as pillows. This one is a flat finish. It looks like it's framed. This was stitched on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha.
This makes me want to start a ribbon collection, Nancy. Because I'm seeing all the different bows that they have and
yeah.
all the beautiful ribbons that they're using to
Yeah.
make these bows.
Yeah. Hobby Lobby's a great source.
There's just something very, I don't know, cool
It's
about
kind of
that.
like the ribbon makes the piece.
It does. I mean, and they're so thoughtful how they pull the exact colors out that are in the cross stitch.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the
Stunning.
Snowman, look at the plaid with the green burlap.
I love it.
And it's not a lot of ribbon. They just made
No.
2 loops out of the green and tied it in with the plaid. So those are the little finishing touches.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to this one. Look at the tag. And that's just plain burlap ribbon with your tag in there.
So neat.
You don't always have to have ribbon. This one doesn't, but it lets the fabric come through that they use. Oh my gosh, I love this one.
Yeah.
Look at the blues. And fabric covered buttons are so easy to do. And you know all those little scraps you have from cutting out your quilts? Or if you know a quilter and you're not one, you can say, hey, I'm looking for scraps.
Or you just pass our scrap basket. We always got
Exactly.
scraps in the scrap basket.
Now, you don't always have to just leave a frame.
Do we have the stuff to make the fabric covered buttons?
We do have some up front. I'm not sure we have this size.
Okay.
I think we've got, the last ones I think I checked in were big ones.
Okay.
So if you had
Well,
a
as long
big
as we
bow,
have.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we can get the smaller ones. I'll see about getting those, see what size of a button that is, and then get those. But if you ever put ribbon on a frame, sometimes frames look just kind of, well, blah.
Blase skip.
Yeah, so you can hot glue a bow, and then look how they curled the ribbon to go down the frame.
Now, I know somebody that put a bow on a baking tin.
Oh, who did that?
Nancy.
Nancy who? Now here, they went big on their bow. But this piece
That's
can
cool.
do it.
That's so cool how they did that.
Yeah, it can do a big bow like
Yeah,
that.
they had to take the small ribbon and put it on the big ribbon.
And then
I gotta step my ribbon game up.
yeah, we talked about this one with just this one it's a very simple bow here. You don't have to get all fancy.
The fence is a cool idea too.
Yeah. And you
For
can
any type of finishing, I think.
right. You can put these on to where they would only be temporary. You could switch them out if you had other pieces the same size. If what you're using is metal, you can use magnets on the back. Like this one is wood, you could use Velcro. You put Velcro on the back of your picture and then Velcro on the wood piece. And then you can take it off when Easter's over and put another one on. So there's so much you can do with your finishing. And these gals do a really good job. They remind me a lot of the stitching with the Housewives, Priscilla Bain, on her finishings that she does. Maybe they learned from her, I don't know. Let's see, oh, we did autumn. And here's another small stitch. It's a welcome pillow. It's called Welcome Autumn. Stitch count is 102 by 38. DMC flosses. And I'm not sure. Oh, the sample is stitched on 16 count lamb's wool. Another good neutral.
No, but that's not each stitch. Don't do
But that's a good one. I believe this is part of a series of the welcome that they do. It is. Believe it or not, I know we're not fully into spring yet, but summer is coming. So what better thing than fresh lemonade? Look at this. Isn't that cute how they finished this? This was done on 36 count flax linen. All DMC flosses. But if you look at, I have to move it so I can see. You can see the stitching is a small stitch. You could do so much with that. Here they've chosen to finish a pillow. the fabrics that they used, and then their little line of rickrack at the top. And then they used a little clothespin
That's adorable.
for 25 cents.
And the 25 cents is stitched.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was written on muslin, and then I looked closer and I'm like, oh man, they stitched that out. That's so cool.
Yeah. So display that with some fake lemons, artificial lemons, shall we say. And that would be a good, fresh feeling when you put it together. So here's the welcome summer pillow. You got to get your rickrack too, and your pom-poms to go with all your ribbons.
Yeah.
But let's see, this is all DMC floss. This was stitched on 25 count Lugana. Stitch count is 98 by 41. So that's the same size as the Welcome Autumn. But you got your bluebird, your watermelon, your sunshine, your flowers. I love something in every single season. So, but Christmas is still my favorite. I don't think you'll ever talk me out of that. So, speaking of, we had this one sneak away. This is a Christmas quilt. Deborah fell in love with this one. Stitch count is 65 by 65. This was stitched on 32 count platinum. It looks like Cherry Cobbler for Classic Colorworks and Endive for Gentle Art. Only 2 colors of floss they used. Cute little pillow. I wasn't sure I liked it, but the more I see it, the more I do like it. I kind of looked at it through Deborah's eyes. And they just used the pom-poms on the edge, probably a Christmas fabric as your back. So fun stuff. Lots of things you could do with that. My head is going to burst if I think of any more. So bees are here to stay. I think we've noticed that in fabric and also in the cross stitch. Everybody's got a bee pattern, or 2 or 10 or 20. But these are always fun. Here's another of the Kisses series. It's called Bumblebee Kisses. And stitch count is 40 by 72. This was stitched on 14 count white Ada. So these gals, they use a wide variety of fabrics and counts. And on the back, they give you the different sizes for the different counts of fabric. All DMC floss. Another quick stitch. How did they finish it, Peter?
Pillow.
A pillow.
With some black pom-poms
Oh, good. So
hidden in there.
to finish these, it doesn't take much fabric. So fat quarters, the orphans that we have would all be good to keep in your stash to finish. I have like a stash off to the side of cross-stitch finishing fabric, and those are the ones that I go to. Or I'll think when I'm working on a piece, it's like, oh, I think I've got this fabric. How can I use that to in the finishing? So always be thinking about that. And then if you do more than one in a series, because I would rather be stitching. Yes, I would. These would go together very well. I think they've got a couple other bee-themed pieces, so they can all coordinate together. Stitch count on this one is 124 by 42. This was stitched on 28 count white, all DMC flosses. On the back it says, need more bees. ABC is now available. This one. I think we might have that one. We've got a couple
That's
of
adorable.
their bees. But if you look at how they finished this, they used one fabric here. They pulled the blue. They have another fabric here where they're pulling the gold. The black, rickrack, and pom-poms, they're pulling the black through here. So they really pulled in all the colors of the piece to finish this with. So get all those cross-stitch pieces that are finished, that are in a drawer, in a closet, in a tub, hiding under the bed, wherever you stash yours. I have mine hanging on a pants hanger in the laundry room. There were ones I did years ago. It's like, I really need to finish those. But pull those out. I mean, look at different designers and how they finished out their pillows. They used the teal at the bottom and the gold on the side. So don't be afraid to go outside the box of frames and whatever else, because you will enjoy it's kind of like scrapbooking. You start with your basic, and then you start embellishing, and then your page kind of gets all pulled together. It's the same thing with cross-stitch finishing. You just start at point A, and when you get to point B, you finish out with these fun B pins. So that is all I have today. Is that enough? Have we whet your appetite for more cross-stitch? Let's all be immortal and buy cross-stitch like we're immortal, because I do. So we're really excited about what we brought back from market, and we hope you are too, and you found something you liked. I forgot to tell you to get your notebook out, but I'm sure you did. So if I could tell you ahead, just think about, oh, there's another video. I need to get another notebook. So you could have 3 notebooks going. So, you know, if there are patterns, if you have questions, if you have questions on finishing, you know, ask. Deborah, who's in yarn a lot, she was at market with me, and so she's seen everything, so she'll be familiar with it. You can ask for me. I'd be happy to come out and help you. But yeah, this is day 3 of videos on what we brought back. Who knew? But we're excited. So have a great day. It's kind of a grumpy day out there today. Hopefully when you see this video, the weather might be better. But if not, stay inside and stitch. So have a great day.